England has a rich rambling history thanks to such restless ramblers as the iconic Rambler dog. Rambling's in our DNA. I have personally rambled on Sophie Island. I've rambled through Forest Park. I've rambled far, I've rambled wide. But I haven't rambled high. But there are some godlike men who ramble at a higher, freakier elevation.
Mountain Ramblers.
Dose of the freaks. There's so many players filtering in and out, it'd be kind of hard to correct everyone, but the collective spirit of Freak Ramblers remains intact. And tonight, we are proud to induct the entire tribe into the Oregon Music Hall of Fame, the Freak Ramblers.
If it wasn't for Jimmy Boyer, there wouldn't have been the first gig. If it wasn't for the first gig,
age before beauty. There's a whole lot of people to thank. And yeah, in order of appearance, the band, David Reich, Jim Boyer, myself, Roger North, Turtle Vandelar, Forrest Bloodgood, Paul Bissett, and Alexander Browning, who sends his best regards. He's gigging tonight, but he wanted to let you guys know that he was very honored by this too. Thank you on his behalf. We had a lot of help throughout the time. We'd like to thank David Lee Williams and Steve and Billy and Tim for curating such a beautiful staff at the Walters and giving us a home, and for firing us from Thursdays so we could crawl back on Sunday and call it church and be even more blasphemous. I'd like to thank Heather Wilton for her help managing us early on. Definitely Mike and Brian McMiniman and their staff. Most importantly, Jan Hager and Jimmy Byron. Thank you, Jan, for saving my ass on many occasions and for your hospitality. Well, I guess, and thank you, Carmen Vandemar, for everything you've done for our band. I'd like to thank the Holy Modal Rounders and Jeffrey Frederick and the Clam Tones and Michael Hurley for an amazing catalog of songs that we got to play the living shit out of night after night. And thanks for all the gas money to everybody who tipped us in the tip jar. Thank you for caring enough about your lives and rock and roll to get out and share your energy and your light. It's very important. Let's keep doing that for each other. Thank my wife and my daughter for being here to support me. I'd like to thank David and William for coming here to support me. Freak Mountain Ramblers is an experience in my life that is the highest music and drug influenced times that I've ever experienced. So let's keep up the good work, gentlemen. I'm gonna pass the mic.
I'll just amplify a few words that Bingo said. Really, two organizations kind of kept the freaks alive. The first was obviously the Laurel Thirst. We played over 1,000 gigs there. 1,000. Played every Sunday, a few weekends and things like that. Over 20 years. That was amazing. And I have been thinking about it, and I have to say that is the, well, I only remember one time playing there out of over 1,000. No, that wasn't the whole sentence. I only remember one time that I didn't have a good time, and that's because I was sick and I had like a paper bag behind my drums and I was throwing up in the paper bag. Oh God. Terrible. Yeah, these guys loved it. But many times, and I think I'm speaking for myself, but I can probably speak for the rest of the guys too. We felt extremely lucky to have a place like that we could go, an audience like that. It wasn't so much the place, it was the audience and the people that worked there, but just the ambiance of the place. It was the best freaking bar gig a band could ever have. I mean, it was a big deal. And the other one was McMenamin's organization. McMenamin brothers were they kept us alive during that time. Of course, the Laurel Thirst did too, but the McMenamin's thing was a little more organized. And really what they did was they made it possible for us to go out of town and travel. Because as most people know in this room, there's no money in going out of town unless you happen to be on the 1%. But they made it easy for us to go around the Northwest, play their hotels. They put us up in rooms. They fed us dinner and breakfast and free drinks, and just made it possible for us to get out of town a little bit. We played, and I know this because I kept it in my little spreadsheet, 331 gigs at McMenamin's. So, it's a lot of gigs. So, many thanks to them, and especially again to Jan Henninger, who was the booker. She worked with us most of that time. And we just counted ourselves as being very lucky to have people that accepted us. And thanks very much for the Oregon Music Hall of Fame. I was kind of surprised when we got the call, but it makes sense, and we really appreciate it. Again, that's a big deal too. Thanks.
Good evening. After having spoken before at this event for my friends Billy Holt and Jimmy Boyer and winging it, I have decided to read a prepared speech. Hopefully this means I won't screw it up. This being a time where women are deservedly given more attention for their achievements, I'd like to mention a few women who are a great help with the success of the Freak Mountain Rambler band. I think they've already been mentioned, but I already prepared the speech, so I'm going to hear about it again. I mentioned to Carmen the other night, that's my wife, when a guy gets an award for anything, he always thanks his wife first. Carmen is deserving of these thanks from myself and the rest of the band. She has been my love, my rock, my muse, and God help her, my booking agent for over 30 years. Her contribution to and love for the Freak Mountain Ramblers and the Portland music community deserve to be recognized. I also want to recognize two other women who were instrumental in bringing about our eventual success. Jan Haydinger, who's been mentioned already, who brought Mike McMiniman and the Freaks together, a connection that resulted in us eventually becoming kind of a house band for them. Jan treated us like royalty and went out of her way to promote and give us a spotlight at the venues. Our booking agent, Heather Wilton, who stepped it up another notch by her promotional skills and hard work to get us important and amazing shows, including at the space between the Schnitzer and where they have those summer concerts down there that Heather still works in. And but last, it was truly our fans and the music that made us what we became. For almost 20 years, I had the privilege to play music with Jimmy, Bingo, Lex, Roger, and Dave, which, by the way, Lex is playing with Poco now in New York City and couldn't be here this evening. I can't imagine why he would pass this up to be playing in New York City with Poco, but hey, you know, there were nights when the Freaks would play at church mostly, but other places too, where, you know, there was a very high standard night to night for the performances. We always played really well, even when we thought we played crappy. But occasionally we would go off, and the people that were there and us never forgot it. That's why people kept coming. That's why we kept playing, because that moment that's, you know, they were like transcendental when the band and the audience became one, and it was like it was a frickin' love fest, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, I'm prattling on now, so thank you so much. This is my second indictment into the Oregon Music Hall of Fame. I'm virtually the Paul Manafort of the Oregon Music Hall of Fame. Thank you.
Welcome most of the Freak Mountain Ramblers